Oh, this is awesome. I got somebody from San Diego. What you doing?
Enjoying the cold weather.
Yeah, it's getting really cold there, right? It's what, in the 60s?
It's 60s now, but it's usually around the 40s in the morning.
That's an emergency. That's a national emergency, people, right there. That if it's down to the 40 degrees in
We,
San Diego. So,
we don't know what to do with the cold.
exactly. What's your favorite thing to do in San Diego?
So I really love the amount of breweries that popped up in the last couple of years. So I like to go to different breweries around the city and just taste the different beers on tap.
That's very cool. When I'm in San Diego, I sneak into one of the best zoos in the country and say hi to some of my friends. And then I make fun of them because I can get out of there and they're stuck.
The zoo and the safari.
Yeah, the zoo and the safari. And then if I really want to be frisky, I go over to that SeaWorld thing.
SeaWorld thing.
or I go to that hotel with the ghost. I forget what.
Coronado.
Yeah. I like to stay on that floor with the ghost. And then what I like to do is like to go and shake people's doors on that floor to make them think that there's a ghost, when they're sleeping. It's fun stuff. San Diego's awesome. If everybody should go to San Diego. So you said you were like a badminton pro.
So yeah, I actually started badminton in high school. There's no one in my family that plays badminton. It's such a random sport, or a baseball family, and it came up in a PE class, and somehow I got hooked. And I went on to play from high school to college, and went on to do it for about 15 years. I've played in about 5-6 countries, not professionally, collegiately. So I've been doing that for many years.
Isn't that pretty much the same thing? I mean, if you can play collegiate, I mean, how many pro badminton players are there?
A lot. It's a big market in Asia and a bit of Europe, and it's a big sport. So people end up making money off badminton, at least in the Asian market.
Why do they call it badminton and not good mitten? Why is it so negative? Why is it a negative sport? Why are we all showing up to see bad mittens? Why wouldn't it be good mittens?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but you are not the first to mention that pun. There's been an array of shirts that have come up in tournaments, in team jerseys with just the pun of bad.
Yeah, I just think that that's not fair to the players. I mean, it's like your sport is bad mitten. It's just not. It's a self-esteem thing. I think you're supposed to build athletes up, not tear them down.
It's true,
right?
It's true.
Yeah,
true.
And you said, and now you're a power lifter.
Yeah, so I went on to a team sport, and then I ran for a couple of years, and decided that after reading all those magazines that I was supposed to pick up weights to get faster. So I ended up going to a fit class, and that ended up going well for a couple of years. And then I kind of left that and decided to do my own amateur powerlifting. So that's what I do now, 5-6 days a week.
How much does a badminton weigh? I mean, how much muscle did you have to gain to hold the badminton for the powerlifting? Or was the powerlifting not for the badminton training?
I got faster. You know what? I actually went back to playing for a bit with old college team members, and apparently I got faster.
And what's the most you've lifted?
Deadlift, possibly like 260.
Holy crap! That's unbelievable.
And when people don't
pounds. That's like if there's an accident, you can lift 2 people up and take them out. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's. I actually don't say that often. Well, I don't say that often because family members and friends know this, so if they end up moving houses, they invite me to go help them because they want me to carry the heavy stuff.
Yeah, well, what you say to them is, screw you, you go train. If you can't lift 25 pounds or 50 pounds, that's your problem. I got 260. I can do this move in 10 minutes. That's what you tell them. You don't need those little 50-pound people dragging you down. That's crazy. When you start dating somebody, do you go to the gym and then make them feel really bad because they can't get the 260? Because that's what I would do. I would do that. That would be me. I'm sorry. I would be really bad. If I'm lifting 260, I'd be in the gym every day.
Well, my boyfriend, he lifts, so he's stronger than I am. But I used to go to gyms. We used to go to different gyms because when we'd visit different cities, I would visit. It's the same chain.
Uh-huh.
So when I would go different, the same chain, different cities, I would power lift on their platform. And a lot of the men would kind of look at me skeptical about like, what is she doing up there? And so I would start lifting, and it was kind of like an acceptance of, oh, okay, well, she obviously know what she's doing, pretty incredible. Yeah. And so it was kind of a shift of like, what is she doing to like, oh, okay, I get it.
Don't you like making those people feel like bad? Because they think, oh, what's she doing going over there? She thinks she's hot. Oh, she is hot stuff. Oh, crap. I got to go over. Let me go over to the elliptical, and I'll take care of that. Because there's no 260 pounds. I got it. How much can the boyfriend lift?
He's more, his thing is more bench press.
Uh-huh.
He does about 3 plates. I don't know what 3 plates is, so 45s.
Uh-huh.
Like 300 and something. Okay,
so what can we do to strategize to get you to beat him? What can you do at night while he's sleeping? I have an idea. Put his hand in water and, let's get him, wet in the bed. And then he'll have to, he'll get nervous about that. And then that'll probably mess with his ability to lift. I think we can. Yeah. I think we can take him down. I think he can get down to 255.
I definitely can't bench press 300 and odd pounds. I'm definitely in the low 60s, low hundreds.
I'm on your team. Well, you could say to him, you could say, yeah, but if you were a girl, how much could you lift? It wouldn't be. That's how you could say it.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
And you said you like to travel?
I do. I lived abroad for quite a bit for college, and lived in Scotland and England, and obviously the travel there is cheaper.
They have huge accents in those places.
They do. They have quite the accents.
And they use naughty words on a regular basis in one of those places. They use a word. They use a word that most people don't like everywhere else on the planet, but they use it there like it's past the salt. Everybody can figure out what the word is I'm talking about. Did you freak out when they were cursing like that?
So some of the words I had to learn because their slang is very different. So I have to Google things or ask friends about what certain things meant. So now that I watch it on like television, I'm watching BBC or a British comedy or something. I know what they're trying to say. So I have to translate it to people watching it with me because the slang is not the same.
I can say this because I'm part Scottish, but there's nothing funnier than watching a bunch of Scottish people split a bill. It's that nobody wants to pay for anything. It's hysterical. You know what my trick when I am out with my Scottish friends, you know what I like to say to them when they talk in their thick accent?
What?
I look at them in the eye and I say, speak English. I have no idea what to say in there, buddy. And I'm not sure what you're eating there, but I think it's insides of some type of animal that's probably not good for you. They'll eat all kinds of weird stuff there too.
Haggis.
Yeah, that's not good stuff. And you just look at them and you go, look, no, that's not good stuff. That's what if you were doing an autopsy on me or my friends, that's what you'd be eating. It's not good. Nobody wants to eat autopsy food, right? So,
well, I tried it.
I gotta go. Oh, well, did you like it? Tell us.
It was delicious.